Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Here goes another one. I said, what? Like a torta with a snack habit. Bye. I started to vogue. I said, Orale Madonna, do your thing. Now trip out. In a menudo style in direct fashion, you guys see the thumbnail. Pobrecito. First and foremost, I want to say, man, it's a sad situation what happened to Lupe's family, and I feel for her, and I send mines, man. It's unfathomable, it's unthinkable, man, to have your familia's home burned down, your parents, you know, your mother, your own mother, to be out there with anguish and grief, and you don't know what happens. It could be bad wiring, you know, someone left the stove on. So many things, you know. If you have children, you always tell them, hey, don't go near their stove, or watch out. Make sure your burners are turned off. You're stressing like a Smith & Wesson because you don't know if your house is going to be around you when you wake up, or if you're even going to be around. You know, it could have went way more worse than it did. But at the end of the day, my condolences to Lupe for the loss of her family home. Now, what's going on? I'm going to tell you what's going on. Gil, American Cholo, has hit the headlines once again, right? And he's hit the headlines for something that people are saying is kind of derogatory, something that people are saying, damn, huh? That's toe up. That's, you know what, if you really said that, that's a fucked up situation, right? But we all know Gil from American Cholo. He's going to speak his mind. He's going to say what's on his mind. He's playing chess when others are playing checkers. He's not manipulating, but what he's doing is he's throwing fillers out there and he's planting seeds. He wants to see exactly what's going on. See, I know this man. I know these types of individuals. I know the behaviors and the patterns are there. So when I see Gil and he says things, sometimes I take it for one thing, it goes out the other. Sometimes it really soaks and resonates because it really has some meaning behind it. Now, Gil, like myself, Dubs, and others, are big time advocates for black and brown. The stilo's never switched up. The narrative has never changed. We've always been about that black and brown. Others and some of us do it just a little bit different. You know, there's a little bit different. When it comes to me, I'm more gutter, streets on power. I'm going to tell you straight up, guard, shut up. I'm going to tell you straight up, it's all about black and brown unity from the lowest to the highest level. I wish everybody could get along, and all the blood and sangre that cries out from the streets cannot be forgotten about, but forgiven about, man, and everybody could just step. You know, ain't nothing greater than two minority groups becoming a majority and working together to open up doors so that everybody can be successful, everybody can get a bag. And, you know, a little piece of unity and mixing of the cultures, it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. You feel me? You know what I mean? Menudo, it's definitely something that we all need to do because coming together makes us all stronger, I believe. Now, of course, in order to get to that point, you have to be stronger within your own people. You have to be accepted by your own gente. If you're going to be a voice to be heard, then you got to be felt as well. And I truly and totally honestly believe that Gil is one of them voices. You know, whether you like him or you don't, which in my case, I 80% don't, 20% I'll watch you. But I still heed his word. I still see his unity, and I still see his message, and I run with that. That's cool. You know, that's me personally. I don't have to sit here and sugarcoat and lie. You know, I don't like the guy, you know, as far as I can throw him, but I can't throw him far, so I'm just gonna have to deal with him. Now, what he supposedly is saying about Lupe that got 50, oh, you cussed her, right? It's got C-Mac in an uproar. Right, C-Mac's ready to box everyone, all the way from Bosco. He calls him Costco, right? All the way from Costco. He says he's a wiener and a slice of pizza. He wants to fight this guy, that guy. He got out with a chip on his shoulder. They're about to ready to get for A1 from day one. He got out, get straight C-walking and ready to C-walk in the ring, right? To what degree of fight that's going to be, I can't call it like an alcoholic. Of course, I did my thing with Cholo Trucker. You called it a debacle. I called it hot, right? It was what it was. But I understand these YouTube fights, and it's all to accumulate funds, and it's all for entertainment. If you're going to watch it, watch it. Orale, I got the fire stick for free. Now, definitely, man, won't slander that fight or whatever, but it seems like C-Mac is in an uproar, and he's mad because some of the statements supposedly that American Cholo made. Now, let's take it back. Let's rewind for a second or two here. You know, when Whack 100, oh, pa, all I got is a big butt. All I got is a big butt. When Whack 100, right, was buck naked talking to Blueface on the bed, and he decided to roll over and disrespect Lupe for one reason or another. I don't know if it was blooding and cripping. I don't know if it was he just didn't like her stilo. I don't know if he thought her face was a little too shiny. Look at the thumbnail. I don't know what exactly it was, but at the same time, he decided to go in on her, not only by himself, but with another Mexicano present who decided to disrespect, use the W back word. Man, ooh, wait, I don't even like to say it, right? And then he called her carne asada breath, and you know, I'm not bringing up old things. I'm just, it's relevant to the story, right? Let's keep it real, gente. Let's really keep it real. Talk about Home Depot and the 17 people that are in her house living. I guess one of those are the ones that burnt it down, huh? I don't know. But he made it a little racial. Now, whether you want to look at it like that or not, there was a lot of people that interjected themselves into the conversation and had a lot of opinions, perspectives, different things to say about it, black and brown. Now, the brown narrative, like myself and Gil and Dubs and other people, were kind of like, no matter what Lupe claims, let's put orderly. Let me grab your gang real quick and let me put it over here to the corner respectfully, right? Let's keep it real. On ethnicity tips, she's still brown, no matter what. Whether she claims to be a Mexicana or doesn't, she still is brown. And we're not only defending a woman and a man going in on a woman, but at the same time, we were also defending the fact that he was making derogatory statements or alluding to derogatory statements towards the raza. We felt some type of way. We came in defense of our people, just like the brothers would come in defense of theirs. Ain't nothing wrong. Woods, would you, is there coffee involved, brother? You know what I mean? The Woods would come in defense too. We all come in defense of our people. It's what you're supposed to do, man. It's like a button pushed, man, that you just can't turn off. Automatically, it's like, hey, whoa, hold up, slow down, you know what I mean? Okay, I see Lupe claims this, and I know she's involved in that, but at the same time, she still is brown, Holmes, because you took it there. You could have made it about her cripping. You could have made it about her gang. You could have made it about her personally, but you went to Home Depot, the carne asada breath route. So now we have to hold you accountable. And then people are saying, well, you're not going to do nothing about it. Who is? Really, in real life, who's going to go touch somebody? Not too many people are going to do that, you know? But we definitely can have our opinions felt on the situation. So that went back and forth, and people felt how they felt. I've seen a lot of brothers come into the defense, and a lot of brothers, shout out to Hoodie Hood, speak the real and say, you know what, hey, you could slice it, dice it, cut it, chip it, flip it, hit it, spit it, however you want to do it, man. It still came off as racial. And for that man was wrong, right? And then other people were like, she's a crypto, so she ceased to be Mexican. No. That's not the way the game works. See, that's not the way of the world. You know, because you have to look within yourself. It doesn't matter if I'm Mexican and I start claiming Pyru tomorrow, right? I'm still Mexican claiming Pyru. They're always going to call me the brown man claiming Pyru. Even my own gente, they're going to call me that. It's just the way it is. Just like you got black Northerners and black Southerners and black Crips and white. It's going to be the way it is. You know, no matter what, people put labels on it. This world revolves around labels, eh? Whether you like it or not, it's the fucking way it is. Pensa la tira. Con permiso, but it is what it is. Now, so when he said that, we said, okay, people went in, and American Cholo was one of the biggest advocates saying, you know, whack 100. And there was words being between them. Of course, whack 100 did what he always does and called him out. Oh, Paru, let's see each other. We can meet up. We can do this. We all know Whack still owes Jay Diggs. Whack still owes he owns a lot of people a fade. Shit, there's a line around Hollywood Boulevard for Whack, right? And really, he's not even going to go in his neighborhood and catch fades with his OGs. It ain't going to happen. Fades are not, the only type of fade he's going to take the BDBs off the back of his neck. That's it. He don't call them fades, he calls them tapers. He's going to get his shit tapered up. It really ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So when he calls a person out, he'll call you out today, apologize tomorrow, call you out the next day, apologize the next. There's a lot of people that do that. One day they're in, they got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's what it is, man. So anyways, he does this with American Cholo, right? They go back and forth. American Cholo does what he's supposed to do, and he cease and desist. He definitely shies away from it and says, hey, it is what it is. Now, whether people are saying, oh, he was scared to take the fade or he wasn't, that's neither here nor there. That's grown folk business. That's grown man business behind the scenes. They might have had a conversation and decided it wasn't in their best interest, or decided, you know, it is what it is. When we see each other, we're going to get off where we're mad at. You know, it's always a pull up. Why? Why should one person pull up if the other isn't willing to? Let's do it like this. How about just shut the fuck up, go your way, I go my way. Everyone has their own way. There's different lanes to this shit, and as long as you're playing your position and staying between the lines, orderly Cholo Trucker, then everything is good in the hood. That's the way I took it. It kind of went away. Well, quite recently, Lupe's family's house burned down, and it's a tragedy. It's unfortunate. It happens every day. There's a lot of things that happen every day, but because we're hearing about it, the reason behind it is because it's Lupe's family. You know, and I'm not going to make no light of it and clown and talk shit, because that ain't a laughing matter. You know, they lost family heirlooms. They lost their home. To me, that's a very big fucking deal. Having been a kid when I was young, I remember my house burnt down. You know, I had to look at my jefita, I had to look at my familia and wonder where we were going to get our clothes from and the struggle. And I mean, we had nothing. Every old picture, you know, every handprint on the certificate from kindergarten, everything that my mother treasured and my family treasured, shit, all my He-Mans, they were gone, right? Everything was gone, all the way to the last food stamp. The struggle was real. We had no food, nothing to eat. Thank God we had other family that took us in. We were able to bounce back like a thumbtack and stick to the wall. And of course, we prospered. Hard work, hard dedication, and hard work, man. And a little insurance money never hurt nobody. Now, it definitely goes down, and it's a tragedy. But I truly believe, honestly, that Lupe is in a position to help her familia to rebuild. I hope so. But there's a GoFundMe, I guess. There's a GoFundMe that was put out there, whether it be by the familia, Lupe herself, or whoever, you know, people that are sympathetic to the cause. And money's being dispersed. People are chipping in, man, because people feel some type of way. See, there's a lot of people out there that like to support people because it's in their heart. See, I'm one of those people, if I see a homeless man down the street, I give him a little feria. Even though I know he might go do something bad, but he might go get a pisto or a little shot from the R. Orale, you know, I already know. In my heart, I know this is where it's going. But in my heart, I also know, man, I'm trying to do something for the next man. Maybe he will go get a burrito from 7-Eleven. Maybe he will go step his game up and get a new pair of shoes. Maybe, just maybe. See, that word maybe is always out there. And my hope and the way I rock and what I truly believe in, man, I can only live by faith, right? So when I help people out, I help them out with the best intentions. What they choose to do with it in their life, that's totally up to them. I know I did a good deed for the day. I feel better. I say, on we go. And I'm mobbing, right? So people are feeling the need to donate, the need to, you know, help out. That's not a bad thing at all, okay? But American Cholo has decided that if for no other reason, according to what people are saying, whack 100 again. Oh, power. Who? Hey, why does he got to always interject his name into some bullshit, right? He says that American Cholo says that he's not going to donate or support to Lupe's cause because she claims Crip and she's not a Mexican. Now listen, first and foremost, because it's been told to me several times, that's that man's pocket. That's that man's money. He has his own familia and his own agenda to worry about. He has a roof over his family's head. He's a hard worker. He's established his name in the game. He could do whatever the fuck he wants to do with his chips. If he wants to dip them in salsa, he can. If he wants to give them away, he can. If he wants to say, sorry, can't do nothing for you, man, he can. That's totally up to him. It's his money. We can't expect as people for him to do something. Now, people see it and they're like, well, you always talk about unity. You talk about helping people out. You're talking about, you know, why don't you? First and foremost, when he was coming to the defense of Lupe, when he was right there saying, hey, man, why the fuck you calling her whack? She's a woman and she's Mexicana, bro. And yeah, she's crippin', but at the same time, none of that matters, bro. She's still a minority. She's still brown. She's still from the struggle. Why are you going to do this, right? Then there was a lot of people saying, it's none of your business, American Cholo. Gunner, it's none of your business. She ceases to be brown when she's claiming a Crip gang. She's a Crip, she's a Crip, she's a Crip. On correct. Now, I got a lot of love for the Crippin'. A whole lot of love. And I always have a lot of love and respects because we fought simultaneously side by side, C-14 shit, real life, all the way from the Ruta to the Tuta, from YA to back to the Bay. We did our thing, right? And I respect them and I always will. And no one can take that from me and no one can take their love and respect that I have instilled within me for them. But at the end of the day, man, everybody was calling it what it was, you know? It was, she's not Mexican anymore. There was even Mexicanos that were saying, nah, she's a Crip. Let them deal with her. That's their people. No. I said, at the end of the day, black and brown is all our people. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all went through some of the same struggles, some a little bit more than others. And you can't hate on that. But at the end of the day, we've all been through the ringer, right? And we continue to be. We continue to be oppressed. We continue to be slandered. We continue to walk homes, and when people see our tattoos, they cross the street. We continue to get our lolos looked at. We continue to be based and judged just by how we look rather than the content of our character. Oh yes, a lot of things and a lot of the struggles and hardships we all go through together and the same. Whether you choose to understand or believe that is totally up to you. You're just not laced up and educated enough to understand that the black and brown struggle is very similar. Now, there's big and vast differences. I understand that and I will rock with that and I will say, yeah, you're absolutely right. But at the same time, every ethnicity and everyone has went through a struggle. Period. It's just the way history works in this world. That's it. We all know what time it is. Now, when American Cholo was coming to the defense, he was getting brutalized. He was getting beat up on. He was getting his character slandered and dragged through the mud because people were saying, oh, all of a sudden now you want to be on the forefront fighting the good cause because she's brown, this, and that. And of course, he took a step back. All right, he was getting called out by Whack 100. He was getting the comments. People were talking shit. And I sat back and I watched from a distance. I did my little spills, but I watched and I said, man, this guy's character is getting drugged through the mud all over again because he made some past mistakes. And yes, he did say some N-words a long time ago. Yes, he did that. And what into the heart, the mouth speaketh. I understand that. And some of the shit that was taken out of context was thrown back in the mix. The Adam 22 and a half and all that bullshit, right? But really, I knew what his cause was. I knew what he meant. He was fighting for the social status of equality of that woman. He was coming to the defense of a Mexicana getting slandered in the defense of the raza, period, for some of these derogatory statements that were made by Whack 100. Okay? Now, 50 Van! Orderly, C-Mac. Baby C-Mac. He's mad. He's upset. He has every right to be upset. Because according to the word on the curb and the swerve, the knowledge you can't get in college right here, I guess American Cholo has decided, hey, I'm not going to donate shit. Remember? She's not Mexican. She's a Crip. Remember all the hate and all the slander he got for coming to her defense. So now he's merely going to take a step back, plant a seed and say, oh, you guys don't remember saying all this? So now you want me to donate, huh? Now all of a sudden she's brown again. What happened? Where were your antennas a couple weeks ago when she was a Crip and she wasn't brown? See, I always knew she was a brown Crip. That's the narrative I rock. I'm going to continue to rock that. I got love for her as a Mexicana, and I got love for her with her crippin', man. Whatever that woman decides to do and tries to do in her life, I know she can get it done because she's a strong woman. She's a very well-recognized and respected woman for where she's from. And that's what I care about. You know, whether she's brown, black, green, yellow, I don't know about pink, we don't know about light, right? But no matter what, I still respect her get down. And I truly am aware that I think Gil does as well. And I think he's using what he said as a device to show people, you know, you can't have one foot in and one foot out. You can't this day if it benefits you and then that day if it doesn't. You know, you have to be real across the board, man. You have to be truly transparent. Let it be known exactly how you feel. When he was out there in her defense, fighting for the good rhyme and rocking that good rhyme and fighting for that good cause, people gave him hate. So now that he doesn't want to donate, which a man doesn't have to if he truly chooses not to. There's nothing in a handbook, YouTube handbook, that says he has to give up his own hard-earned money, right? But if he chooses to, that would be righteous. But if he doesn't, he doesn't. You know, I myself are going to slap a little 50. Yes, I'm going to slap a little nifty, right? On 55. The reason I am doing it is not for Lupe. It's not for Crip Mac. It's not for none of these gente. It's because I see brown people down in the struggle, man. You know, and there's a lot of other people that say, well, why don't you do it for the blacks? Why don't you do it for the whites? Why don't you do it? Hey, I'm going to do it for me and mine first and foremost. And if I have a little bit of pocket change left, I got you. But if I don't, I don't. I'm not a rich man. I don't got a lot of money. Quite contrary to what people believe or say, I am broker than Baby Joker needing a typewriter. I ain't got a lot of money, gente. You know, I'm barely able to pay my rent. Shit. Prices is high around this camp. Anyways, but I will. The reason I'm going to do that is because I feel for the anguish, man, the hurt. Because I went through the same thing as a little kid. I know. When my He-Man, my motherfucking man-at-arms was gone, I was sick. When Skeletor's his head was all twick when I was playing with him, and his head was all skinny and fucked up, I said, Mom, he wasn't supposed to be like this. She said, Mijo, you shouldn't have left the towel on the stove, right? And that was it. He doesn't have to pay anything, gente. He doesn't have to do that. But I don't think he's doing it out of hate and spite and being racist or prejudiced. I think he's doing it to prove a point. If he even said that. You know, it's funny that a lot of this comes from Whack 100's mouth, you know, and it's got C-Mac in uproar. Now, we all know C-Mac. Let's be real. He's all over the place. That motherfucker is on everybody's feed doing his thing. He's doing his thing, right? And ain't no one mad at him, man. Do your thing, brother. But at the same time, all of a sudden now he's calling out American Cholo. All of a sudden he's feeling some type of way, coming to the defense of Lupe. Righteous, as a good friend of hers, I see you, man. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to back your friends up no matter what. You, C-Mac, I would love to be your friend, bro. You are a true friend. You're true, bro. I wish I had friends like you, you know. I got very, very few. I got a solid team, man, and that's it. But I wish, you know, that I had friends like you that would come to the defense. But what are you really coming to the defense for, Ese? You know, because the man says he doesn't want to donate money. Like I said, when he was willing to help, when he was on the forefront, having his voice be heard, he was told to shut up and mind your own business. She's a Crip. She's not Mexican. Why are you injecting your fucking voice? You're just doing it for the clicks. You're doing it for the views. You're doing it just to have your voice be heard. You're yelling in the wind and no one's hearing you. Okay? So now when he says, all right, well, fuck it then. You know what I mean? People are saying, are you going to give some money? He's like, why? Remember, she's not Mexican. She's a Crip. That's what everyone said, remember? No, oh no, she's Mexican now all of a sudden. She's always been brown. She's always been Crippin'. Hey, guess what, man? People need to understand. Sit down. Let me give you a game. When are you going to be able to, as grown people, to separate prison politics from street politics? When are you going to be able to separate gangs from civilians? Regular, what you got going on? For everyone always wants to interject gangbanging or politics or all this involved, you know? It's not all about that. There's a place and a time for everything. And when someone's familia house gets burned down, okay, that's a Mexican people's house that got burned down, or a black people's house, or a white people's house that got burned down, or Asians, or whatever the case may be. Uso, stand up. You know what I mean? If you can, the house is burned out. Look, it ceases to be about gangs. Doesn't matter what she claims or where she's from or what she is. It doesn't matter. Her family's not doing that. Her family's crying, and, you know, they're crying out, man, damn, we done lost everything we had. A human sees that and feels for that, okay? But I understand what American Cholo is doing. I don't agree with him on everything, but I understand he's making a point. I understand that Crip Mac is coming to the defense of his ex-old lady, his manager, or whatever the fuck she was. She was everything, brother. You know what I mean? He's coming to the defense of his friend. And he's basically saying, hey, if you got something to say about my homegirl, I'm feeling some type of way. We can catch that 55th fade. We can catch it, cuz. Mama Bear, everything's going to see all right. But is it? Is it? You know, you can't just go around call everyone out. Because someone might take that serious. See, here, someone told me something the other day, and I took it to heart, and it's true. My fade might not be your fade. I know they say, well, as a man, you're supposed to knuckle up. I know a person right now on YouTube that every time you talk about knuckling up, he's like, I'm going to grab a filetto. Like, damn, bro. I thought it was supposed to be the head up to your fed up. Now, that's hard. Nah. Oh, I'm going to grab a filetto. I'm going to grab a filetto. Always. He wants to grab it. I ain't never seen him grab it, but it's always, I want to grab a filetto. Right? When are you going to fight, right? Or, you know, any little thing, I'll catch the fade, I'll catch the fade, I'll catch the fade. Your fade might not be the same as my fade. See, you might believe in the fate of these. Someone else might believe in the fate of that. You know, the pop-up is real. You just never know. So you can't just jump from, hey, man, we got a problem. Let's talk like men and let's discuss this. I didn't agree with what you said. You didn't agree with what I said. Okay, this is what I meant. This is what I meant. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, we could go different ways. We don't have to fuck with each other. Cool. Not, let's catch that fade. You think in the meantime, in between time, it makes you look cool. You think in the meantime, in between time, you know, you put it out there, everyone's going to think you're tough. But really, at the end of the day, you're not tough. You're just telling on yourself. You're telling the authorities that you want to catch a fade, that you want to fight, that something's going to happen, assaulted between you two. You're basically, when you're screaming, well, let's catch the fade in public, you don't really want to catch the fade. Come on now. Because all that shit could be handled behind the scenes. Anyways, I'm not here to defend American Cholo and what he said, if he did or he didn't. I'm not here to defend Whack 100, Lupe, or anyone. I'm here to defend people and to say, man, everybody has a horse in this race. American Cholo don't have to donate shit if you don't want to. But I truly and honestly believe he's doing it for a reason. Like I said, chess, not checkers. He's trying to show everyone, well, you didn't care when I cared, so now I don't care when you cared. Whether you like it or you don't, it's just the way it is, man. Whether people have a bone to pick with that individual or don't like the way he gets down, I truly don't like the way he gets down. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to say, let's take a fade because I don't like what you say. He don't like what I say. I don't like what you say. Vámonos. Do your thing. I'm going to do mine. When it comes to C-Mac, I like the guy. He's funny. He's hilarious. He's entertainment. But he needs to calm down, man, because one of these times he's going to say, well, let's take a fade, and they're going to pull up and fade him. And when it comes to Lupe, man, pobrecita, you know, hey, Lupe, you know, like I said, I'm going to shoot a little nifty on 50-50. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to do. Did I say 50-50? I did 50-50 yard, right? On 55th Street. You already know what it is, man. My condolences to the family for losing their home. It's a tragedy. Did American Cholo really mean what he said? One never knows, does one. I'm sure he'll put something out and let it be known. Whack 100, again, running his fucking bubblegum on power. Come on, bro. Stop putting it on some people that don't even like you. I said, they don't even like you. With that being said, I hope you move with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive and struggle and the struggle to strive. We are all together, whether you like it or not. We all go through the same oppression and the same get down. Man, I was kicking it with the brother the other day, man. He was like, man, these police don't fuck with me. I said, me either. I feel you. Same struggle, different skin tone. It's all love. Hey, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's unity, black and brown, because I'm the Mac. Orderly! You already know what it is. Rest in peace, the Jacka, the Jack artist. Bang. Now that's black and brown unity. The gun. Bang, bang.